I'm Ron Burgundy. What up, vlog? Here we are at my house. I'm in a chair. I've got my leg folded. I've got a cup of coffee. And I wish I had the voice of Walter Cronkite, but I don't.
That's the way it is.
You know something about me? Is I apparently am particular about a few things in life. One of the things I am very particular about are coffee mugs. And this is a coffee mug that was actually gifted to me, but it's thin on the top and it's well balanced. And I hate when coffee mugs are too big, it's not balanced, and it's so chunky on the top because you're like, how do I drink it? When it's thin, you can just sip it nicely. It's well balanced, not too heavy. You can hold it. Anyways, that's a fun fact that maybe, you know what? Maybe for some of you, you've never thought about coffee mugs before. And you just thought it was a vehicle to drink coffee, which I agree. But when you can enjoy the vehicle that you're drinking your coffee in, my friends, that is another level of living. Tearing up now over this. What I really wanted to talk about tonight, this moment, was this idea of 97 versus the 3. And I think when it comes down to producing meaningful work, when it comes down to truly adding value or being high performance, whatever it means to you, there's 100 things that we could do in a day or in a week. 100 things required to get a project completed. 100 things to launch a new idea. 100 things to go to the next level. And most all of those are going to be good things and even the right things. I'd say probably close to 97 of those 100 ideas or pieces of implementation. 97%, whatever you want to call it. But it's the 3%. It's the 3 things that have to get done in order to truly, like, those other 97 things have to get done. But I think they draw so much focus and attention. And how do you separate? I mean, I've not fully worked through this. It's just something over the last couple of weeks in conversations, I've found it coming up saying, okay, we've got to do this thing, and that task is good, and it's important, and we need to think about it, but is it one of the 3 things? And I don't know where this 97-3 came from. It's not 12 years of research, but really, when you think about it, there's so many things that you can be doing, and the time investment feels right in the moment. It feels worthy. It feels good because it is moving the cause forward. Years ago in my business, I personally was spending so much time crafting Facebook posts, Twitter posts, scheduling, researching what days on LinkedIn. Is it Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 3 or is it Thursday at 9 a.m.? And then you pontificate and you post and you wait and you research, and it's not bad. It's not wrong. Social media and interacting and building community is important and it's critical, but was it one of the things that I truly needed to be doing? And the answer is no. And I think when you look at high performers, when you look at incredible leaders, when you look at the managers that we are surrounded by, that we get to work with, it's their ability to know what are the 1, 2, or 3 things that we must focus on, that we must drive towards. This is just me in a chair with a cup of coffee, telling you something that I'm thinking about because I think I can tell you that for me, I've seen it be a transformational piece when I'm able to push aside feelings and look at something objectively and try to know, okay, this is the thing that needs to happen. You know, one of the things also you don't know, other than my mug obsession, is write is a loose term, but I wrote a book, a guide, a manual called Zero. It came out of a season in my life where I had way too much work, was on the road speaking, and just needed to be able to get more clarity and maximum focus for me. And so I thought, what do I need to keep top of mind? How do I need to organize my day? And that kind of started my productivity process. And instead of pontificating, I just simply created this book, got it printed, got 10 copies shipped to the house, started to use it, didn't like how heavy it was, took the pieces, found a way to make it more nimble for me, and now I have a process that works. The 97 verse 3 is about organizing the brain in a way that keeps us focused on the most important things. Anyways, with 0, I got off track, but with 0, what even got me thinking is a couple of years ago, we've got New Year's resolutions coming up, and it's like, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to eat this way, and I'm going to think this way, and I'm going to act this way. Here's what happens. Listen, if you don't drink this time of year, you actually have a few drinks. And if you normally drink this time of year, you probably actually have more than you normally do. And so then you have Christmas, so you overeat, and you're eating sugar all month long because everyone's got cookies and baked goods and pizza. So then it's New Year's Eve, and then you go out and you stay up later than you normally do. You drink more than you normally do, and you eat more than you normally do. And then you're supposed to wake up on January 1st and be a brand new person. You're like, I can't even feel my toes because I had so much sodium last night. That buffalo chicken wing dip that Andy made was so good. But I didn't know why I had to eat half a bowl of it. But all of a sudden, January 1st, you're a brand new person, and you're like, oh, I got 12 things I'm going to accomplish today. And then you're like, screw it. I'm not going to do it. I decided for myself 2 years ago, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to do just one thing. And I put no parameters around it. No, if you want to say ifs, ands, buts, whatever. I said, I am going to do yoga every day. And that's all I said. I didn't say what routine, how long I was going to do it, what I was building towards. And it's amazing. I think probably did yoga, I would say about 70% of the year I did some version of yoga. At least for a lot of personality types, myself, you're the hardest critic on yourself. I think that sometimes we don't acknowledge how much we do accomplish in a day. One of the routines that I try and practice is at night when I lay my head down on my pillow is I've had to realize that I will probably never do all of the things that I think I could do, or I will never accomplish all of the things that I believe I could have done. Yet if I can remind myself of 1 or 2 or 3 things that I did and I accomplished, or I move forward and just bring positive closure to that day, it ends the day in a way that allows me to think tomorrow is going to be a fresh beginning. So, what's the moral of the story today? Everything I said in between, or really, you need to find yourself a good coffee mug. You sit down, have a conversation with a friend, ask them, what are the couple most important things to you? I know what works for me. I'm constantly asking people what works for them. How do they get through email? How do they stay focused? How do they see above the noise? How do they think on what are the priorities? How do they manage their day? How do they, I'm sure as we march into the new year, thinking and talking more about this one thing, that's interesting to me to maybe bring that to you more. It's not something I've thought about bringing to you, but I think maybe we'll talk about that more next week and even create like a one thing challenge. I don't know. If you have any extra Candy Crush points, my wife would definitely love you to transfer those to her. So send me a DM or something. Right? Is that what it's called? You need lives? I need lives. She needs lives. She's number 3 in the globe. We're really proud. I'm retiring. This is the last episode. Do you think you could make money at this? Could you sell gems? Stones? Candy? She's out of lives. Send lives, folks. Send lives. We'll see you next time. Bye. Do you have like a gamer tag? Candy Crush Queen 30. Juicy Jeans 22.